Okay. And so this is something that I feel like everybody needs to really understand. It needs to click with you, because if it doesn't click with you and you don't like really listen and really understand it, you're not going to be able to teach a team this, and you're not going to be able to lead yourself enough to be able to lead other people, if that makes sense. So it's really important that you understand this. I know I look crazy. My makeup's all over the place, but it is what it is. Okay. So, as far as, look what I just did. I don't know what's going on right now, but I don't have to bleach the crap out of the shirt. Anyways, so I'm going to flip my camera around because I need to show you guys this. And I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to put it on a piece of paper. And I know visual is so important because a lot of you guys, I can't just say it and you get it. Sometimes I have to see things in order to understand what's going on. So I'm going to put this in a visual for you guys. I'm going to flip my camera around and I'm going to put it right down here. I'm going to put my coffee in front of it so it stays up. And so you can see my paper, okay? So here's my paper. And I'm going to explain this in a very short, very simple way, okay? Your business is based off of 6 things, okay? 4, 5, 6, okay? Your business is based off of 6 different things every single day. Consistency is key, okay? So your business is based off of whether you're doing personal development or not. And I'm going to explain this as in airplane mode, okay? When you get on an airplane and when they're explaining to you the cautionaries and the different procedures for if the plane were to go down, right? The first thing that they tell you to do is put on your mask before you help anybody else. And if you don't put on that mask before you help anybody else, guess what's going to happen? You're going to faint due to lack of oxygen before you actually get to help anybody else, right? So it's very important that you put your mask on first before you do anything. And that's what this personal development is like. This is your mask, okay? That's your mask. That's your oxygen. That's your freaking lifeline, okay? If you're not doing personal development every single day, you might as well just give up on your business altogether, because you're choosing it, because it's a choice. You're choosing not to grow your mind. You're choosing to sit exactly where you are in your mindset, the same mindset that got you to where you were in the first place, which is broke, which is not having enough money to do the things that you want to do. That's why you joined this business in the first place. So choose to change your mindset. This is a paid self-development course. If you're not doing it every single day, then it's like you're calling death over your business right from day one, okay? So that needs to be a priority. I don't care whether it's 3 minutes a day or whether it's an hour a day. It is a priority. As business owners, you know, millionaires, they read like 50 books a month. It's not hard to pick up a personal development book and read 1 page every single day. It's not hard to listen to a podcast while you're doing laundry or doing dishes or whatever. It's not hard to listen to a YouTube video on your way to work in the morning. It's simple, okay? And your personal development, if you are not doing this, all these things are not going to happen. And it's because your mind is going to keep telling you over and over again that you're not good enough, so why bother anyways, right? You need to tell your mind that it's good enough. You need to make sure that you're filling your brain with good things. So personal development is super important. The next thing is your posting, okay? It's not the most important thing, but it's about 10% of what we do, okay? It's very important because they water the seeds that you plant, okay? And I'm going somewhere with this. So even if you've been with me for a while, you know these 6 things, just stick it out. Hang with me, watch this, listen, because you're going to learn something new every time that you hop on here, okay? So posting is very, very important, especially posting about the business at least once a day, because it lets people know that you're open for business and that you're looking for people to partner with you, okay? Number 3 is updating your story. And this goes right in hand. This is part of that 10% too of what we do. They go hand in hand with each other, because people who see your post are not going to see your story, and people who see your story are not going to see your post. It's Facebook algorithm, Instagram algorithm, okay? So it's a really, really important that you touch base with this platform, because a lot of people, they go to their Facebook and they go straight for their stories. Some people go to Facebook and they just scroll. So it's really important that you're covering all platforms. The next one, of course, is messaging, right? Messaging every single day. I love to do 3 to 4 10-minute messaging sprees. That's about 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes a day, okay? Every single person on this page has 30 to 40 minutes a day. You can't tell me that you don't. If you sat down and you looked up every single thing that you do throughout the day, I guarantee you there's at least 30 minutes in your day, whether that be waking up 30 minutes early to message or going to sleep 30 minutes late to message. You can, no matter what you do in your life, you're choosing to give up something to take something else. So giving up that 30 minutes of sleep so that you can make a life for yourself and change your financials is super important, right? You join this for a reason. So when you're looking at that, you've got your messaging and then you've got your following ups. Following ups. Following ups. I don't know why I said that, but following up, okay? Following up is super important because what happens is if you're messaging all of these people and you're talking to them and you're planting seed and you're planting seed and you're planting seed and you're planting seed and you're planting seed, but then you're not following up, and keep going, what's going to end up happening is someone else is going to come in. This person right here is going to come in and they're going to go follow up. And they're going to take every single seed that you planted because you chose to stop following up. Okay. So it's like a big circle, right? And then your last one is adding. Because without adding, you can't do any of these other 4 steps, okay? Really, really important for you to be able to talk to people. You cannot grow a business until you grow your network, right? It's like having a store and refusing to open the doors to anybody but your family. You have to open your doors to more people. You can't just discriminate and say, oh, my family can come in, but you're not coming in, okay? That doesn't work that way. You're running a business, not a hobby. And so adding is super important so that you can message those people and follow up with those people and seal the deal, okay? So here's the kicker, okay? Here's the thing. A lot of people, when they get started in this business, they start with, I'm going to draw this little plane right here, okay? I'm not going to lie to you guys. I suck at drawing planes, so it's going to look probably more like a fish, okay? It is what it is. So there's my little plane, okay? You got your little gas coming out this end, whatever. Here's the little tires. I'm not an artist. I never sign up to be one, okay? So anyways, you've got your plane right here. And when you are doing your personal development, that's honestly like you are, you're putting your fuel in. That's like your fuel, right? So you're putting your fuel in. This is personal development. Okay. That's personal development. When you're putting your fuel in your plane, because the plane cannot fly without fuel. Am I right? It's like wanting to mow your lawn and not putting gas in. You can't. It's not going to work. You're going to be pushing around a lawnmower that doesn't have any fuel power behind it. That's why this first step is super important, right? Then when you are starting to stay consistent and you're starting to do all the things, right? You're doing all the things, you're going to notice that your plane's going to start building momentum and it's going to start like running, right? It's not going to go up yet. It's going to go flat and you're going to start building up your momentum. And so you're being consistent, and your plane is starting to go like this and lift with the front wheels off the ground, okay? I'm going to draw this little fish plane again, okay? So it's starting to lift off the ground. The wheels are still on the ground right here, right? But, this looks horrible, but it is what it is. Your wheels are starting to lift off the ground, right? And so the runway is right here and it's still going and your plane's starting to lift off the ground because you are staying consistent with doing all 6 of your things every single day. And here's where a lot of people kind of find it harder in their business is when you start getting this momentum, right? And you start doing your consistency and you start noticing that your potentials list is growing. So you're growing potentials right? And you're starting to feel this like backlash, or whatever you want to call it. Maybe like people are mean, and then all of a sudden everything crazy is happening, and I don't know, maybe someone passes away in your family, and life happens, okay? Life happens because it's constantly happening. Life is never going to stop, okay? It's always going to be happening. So if you didn't know that, here's your major wake-up call. Life is always going to be happening, which means you're always going to find that someone's going to be mean to you. You're always going to find that someone's not going to want to come with you. You're always going to find that people are not going to support you. You're always going to find that there's always going to be that bad egg that's trying to bring you down. You're always going to find that, you know, when you're trying to do something great for yourself, that there's going to be like a devil at every single level. That's what I call it, right? Every single level, there's going to be something that happens. Like you get sick, right? You get sick, you get in pain, an injury happens, you know, maybe your child gets sick. Maybe all of a sudden, you know, your child is at home during quarantine. I don't know what's happening in your life, but there's always something that's going to happen, okay? And this is where people stop being consistent and stop being consistent and stop being consistent, and they stop, and then all of a sudden you've got like half a week where you half-assed your job, where you half-assed your business, right? Because life is happening. Life's never going to stop happening. So you stop. That's your mindset, right? And then you stop doing your personal development. Boom, you're right back at your square one. And all of a sudden your plane goes, the brakes hit, the brakes hit, boom, you're back down on the ground, and your business, this is a crappy plane, I know, guys, but your business is back on the ground, okay? Your business is back on the ground. And then you start being consistent again. Here we go, being consistent again. And you see your plane's going to start going up, okay? Your plane's going to start going back up. And you're going to notice maybe your back end lifts off the ground, and maybe you hit ruby right here, right? You hit ruby, maybe you hit emerald. Maybe you get going really, really good because you realize back here in this downtime that you need to stop quitting on yourself, right? But then life happens again, right? Life happens. Maybe, I'm going to put this here, okay? Maybe it's not happening fast enough, okay? Your plane is not getting off the ground fast enough for your liking, which is another thing for personal development to teach you, right? Every single day. If you're not doing it, you're not going to learn that you have to stay consistent for a long period of time. And those small things are going to build up to a residual big thing, right? And so what happens is your plane goes down. Your plane, I'm laughing at my drawings, guys, not at the actual concept of it, okay? So then your plane goes back down, right? And eventually it lands back on the ground. Whether you crash, maybe you just come down and you have a safe landing, maybe, you know, anything like that, okay? Because you stop doing the things that you're doing. Your plane can never get off the ground with you going start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. It's never going to get up. So you have to choose. Let me flip my page really quick. You have to choose to stay consistent. Draw my little plane again. We're just drawing planes this morning. It is what it is. You have to choose to stay consistent and consistent and consistent. And you have to focus on the sky. Okay? You have to focus so intensely on this sky like your plane is already there. And then you got to give it full throttle all the way there. Life's going to be happening. Life happens, okay? Life's going to be happening all over the place, all over the place. But if you choose to stay consistent in all 6 of these things every single day, right here, you're going to hit diamond, okay? Don't stop. Don't stop doing these 6 things every single day. Posting, updating story, okay? Don't stop doing these things every single day, because right here, you're going to go double. Right here, you're going to go triple. Right here, you're going to go prez. And when you're up here, you're ambassador. Okay? And that's because you didn't stop till you got enough, right? You don't stop till you get enough. You know what I'm talking about? You didn't stop until you got all the way there. You stopped letting life happen. Well, life's going to happen, right? You stopped letting life get to you, I should say. And you just kept going, and that momentum was building, and that momentum was like really, really pushing back the whole entire time. But 90 days creates habit, okay? 90 days creates habit, which means 90 days of this is your new life. This is never going to go away, and it's never going to get easier to stay consistent, but you're going to get stronger. You're going to get wiser. You're going to, it's going to get simpler. You're going to learn time management a lot better. Time management, okay? You're going to learn all of these things. But at first, you have to focus on staying consistent throughout this time where your plane is taking off. Because what's going to end up happening is if you don't, your plane's going to keep going down and going down and going down and going down and going down. Because you chose, and this is a choice, okay? You chose to not do those things every single day. It's going to be hard. Your whole business, it's going to be hard all the way to the top. But is it going to get simpler? Are you going to get stronger? Are you going to get wiser? You're going to create more time management, be able to spend more time with your family and less time doing these things, because you're going to master them. Because when you do little things over and over and over again, it creates residual. And this is residually going to be going up. You have to stay consistent with your things, okay? And this is how you get to the top. So I wanted to share that with you guys this morning. I hope that helped you get a visual of what this is all about, what this business is all about, because it is so true. And I needed this right here in order for me to really understand why I was not going up in my business. And if you're going through this right now and you're thinking, well, how do I get back on the bandwagon? Listen, just start. Just start. Start staying consistent. You don't need a schedule. You don't need anything like that. Bring out your 6 list. Cross it off. If you have to laminate it, cross it off every single day. We have a whiteboard in my kitchen, and this 6 list is the 6 things that are on it, including giving my kids a bath and doing all the personal things that I need to do within my life, right? Feeding my children, cleaning my house, things like that. It's right up here with all this stuff, but this is a priority. Because if I want my plane to go up, I have to make sure this is a priority. Right there with feeding my kids. Right there with giving my kids a bath. Making sure they stay alive. It's like wanting to have a baby but not wanting to feed them. You're wanting to have a business but you're not willing to feed it. You gotta be willing to feed it every single day until that baby grows up, right? So I hope that helped you guys, and I hope you have an amazing day. I love you guys.